Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into our program tonight regarding soul. I'm Misa Jeffries. I'm Assistant Curator at the Contemporary Art Museum, St. Louis. In just a few minutes, I'm going to be joined by DJ James Biko and DJ Reminise, who are both St. Louis-based artists. For our program tonight, we're focusing on the exhibition on view at CAM right now by Liz Johnson Artur and her interest in soul music, specifically the music of American soul singer Syl Johnson. Almost a year ago, we invited James Biko, who is our DJ in residence for First Fridays, and DJ Reminise, who he collaborates with, to take this exhibition and Syl Johnson's music as a starting point and to put together a curated DJ set. Because of COVID-19 and capacity restrictions at the museum, we shifted this program from an on-site event to a Zoom program. So a week ago, we recorded the DJ set at CAM. It was performed without an audience. It's a 40-minute set, which we're going to watch momentarily. But first, I wanted to provide an introduction to the exhibition, and then I'll ask our DJs a few questions about their performance. Okay. So to give you some context, Regarding is a series of programs at CAM that's designed to use the exhibitions on view as a way to kind of dig deep into one specific topic. So today's program is informed by the artwork and the exhibition of Liz Johnson Artur and her connection to soul music. The exhibition at CAM was originally organized by the Brooklyn Museum, and it traveled to CAM in January of this year. Liz Johnson Artur is an artist based in London. She makes photographs and videos. Her practice is centered on people and relationships, specifically the experiences of people of African descent around the world. The artist is Russian Ghanaian. She was born to a Ghanaian father and raised by a Russian mother. They lived in Bulgaria, Germany, and Russia, where she didn't have many connections to Black communities. So in 1986, Liz visited Brooklyn for the first time, and she stayed in a predominantly Black neighborhood. And that's when she first took up her camera. The experience really inspired her to use photography as a way to connect herself to people that look like her. She says she's always searching for soul out in the world. And the title of her exhibition at CAM is Dusha, which is the Russian word for soul. I wanted to point out a couple of interesting things about Liz's work. For one, she shoots everything analog. She loves to process her own photographs in the darkroom. Liz prints on fabric, on clothing patterns, on tissue paper. She photographs people that she meets in the street, in restaurants and clubs, while traveling. She takes both candid and posed shots. She doesn't have titles or dates for most of her photographs because she doesn't want people to get too hung up on where a photo was taken and when. And so instead of having individual names, these photos are labeled as part of her Black Balloon archive, which you're seeing right here. It's unlike other archives as you would traditionally think of as these kind of static collections, and instead she's always adding to her archive, and it continues to grow. It contains photographs from the past 30 years. So the images that you're seeing here are all from that large body of work. The name of her archive, Black Balloon, comes from a 1969 song by Syl Johnson. In that song, he sings about his joy at seeing a large black balloon kind of floating across the snow white sky. And so Liz thought that was a really beautiful metaphor, and she took the name for her body of photographs. Music has always been a big part of Liz's practice. She meets people in clubs, at concerts. She photographs DJs, musicians, entertainers. She's often surrounding herself with other creative types because, like I said before, she's always searching for soul out in the world. So our program tonight takes soul music as its subject. And now I'd like to shift and ask our DJs a couple of questions and have them introduce their DJ set. So just give me a minute and we will bring them here. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, James. Hi, Reminise. Thank you so
Hey,
much
Lisa.
for being here. Tell us where you are right now, each of you.
Where?
Where are you, James? You're in your studio?
I'm in my basement.
Okay. Yeah.
In the basement, underground.
Oh, Reminise, you're on mute.
All right.
There you
How
go.
about now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. I'm in my home basement studio. right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Nice. I wanted to just start off by asking you how you know each other, the two of you, and how you've collaborated in the past.
I've we've known each other for years, honestly. I want to say we met. Had to have been like early 2000s,
Right.
maybe early to mid 2000s. It was funny because I was DJing, um, and I'd started hearing about this dude DJ Reminise. My man, he was known by DJ Solo. He put on a lot of stuff, and he was telling me about this dude that worked at Street Side that I should connect with, and I was like, okay, and I met him. I don't even know where we met. I don't know if it was at Street Side. I can't remember, but yeah, we met, and it's been on since then. It's just like, we kind of like we're kind of like kindred spirits. Like we understand kind of like, I don't know, like this energy that music provides, and we're really like-minded as far as the styles and everything. It's really interwoven, and so we just clicked instantly. Just building off the love of music and everything. So.
Mhm.
Right.
Cool. How do you guys collaborate? Do you perform in public together, or at least before COVID, were you performing together? Or is this kind of a new experience to be playing music together?
I'll let Rem take that.
Um, well, we all, me and James and some other fellow DJs, we all are part of the same coalition, Coalition DJs. So we get together once in a while and do a lot of events and gatherings, and we all play together. Pretty much all like-minded DJs, like you said. Um, we get together and we do a lot of events.
Yep.
Yep.
Just put like, and each other's individual events we'll guest on, on there. Like, I might throw an event that I created, and I bring Reminisce or any of the other members of the collective in on that, and vice versa. That's just how it is. And then of course, things that are under the Soulish banner, we if we're all available, we mob up and tear it down.
Yeah.
Can you talk about some of your interests? You said that you share mutual interests. Is soul music one of them?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like the collective is known as the Soulition. So, a soul coalition basically. It's
Right.
you know what I mean? Like and that's not to say that that's the only genre of music that we play. Obviously, I mean, like it spans. It's more of a coalition, collective that plays. Um, it celebrates the diversity of Black music as a whole. So, it's rooted in soul music, and that culture of soul and the Black experience. And then, just like the Black experience, it branches off into all these other genres that came out of soul music. You know what I mean? Like, we'll play house, soulful house, Afrobeat, funk, hip hop, R&B. We'll play trap. We'll play club stuff. We'll play things, just everything that kind of just sprouted from that that original genre of soul music. And we'll play gospel, we'll play bounce, we'll play, you know what I mean, like second line music from New Orleans, and kind of just interconnect it, and make it real funky.
So when we invited you to do this program, and we told you that Syl Johnson was one of the musicians that Liz Johnson was really interested in, what did that mean to you? Did you know Syl Johnson's music? And if so, can you kind of talk about his work within the larger legacy of soul?
Yeah, I had, I was familiar, definitely, in regards to a few songs. I wasn't that deep into his catalog as Liz, but the things like artists like Syl Johnson is just like the name, and some very vital songs, being a hip hop head, because people have sampled, you know what I'm saying? Like they've taken elements of his work and made some of the most memorable music. And that alone just puts him, on this canvas of artists that helped shape an entirely new genre without even knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just that funky in their time. You know what I mean? That ahead of their time, and that genius, that things that they did, back when they were like just trying to create in the studio. It's sort of like they left, like little things to find, like for future producers to go through the records and kind of hear some awesome sounds and be like, okay, so I want to make something out of that. And so the one record that really stands out to me is Different Strokes. And that's what I started off the mix with. That's just a monumental sampled record and break record, and it's just really it's just awesome. You know what I mean? Like it's like kind of the epitome of funk music, of soul music. It's really like you can really hear his I would say his passion. His passion in singing like that. That's something that artists like him in that era just weren't afraid of. They were just like, they got all in the track. They weren't scared to scream, yell, and not be smooth. You know what I mean? Like they were just really rough and raw. And that's one of the reasons why it translates well into the music that sampled it, because that was what a lot of the hip hop artists were searching for. They was just searching for that rawness, that sound. Being that a lot of the traditional and early hip hop was based on sampling, we were trying to find something that sounded authentic. Nothing too smoothed out or anything. And so I really appreciate artists like him. And the music that they created.
What about you, Reminise? Did you know Syl Johnson's music as well? And if so, how did you kind of factor that into your set?
Yeah, I think the unique thing about him was, I would say he wasn't, maybe not as common as a lot of other artists of his time, but when you go back and listen to a lot of his records, you can hear a lot of the influence that other artists had after him. He had a lot of records that obviously that was sampled, and like Biko said, his music was unique in its own because it wasn't too clean. It had like a rawness to it. It was kind of dirty. Yeah. And hip hop, because I do production. Biko, we both do production as well. And a lot of times when we look for records to sample, we look for sounds that's kind of rugged, and he had that from A to Z. A lot of his music was very emotional, and it kind of brought a certain energy that most hip hop producers look for. I think at first when I heard a lot of his records, it was through like loops. Like you had other DJs and producers would make these loops, and it was a lot of his music. But I didn't know who he was until later. And so when I went back, I was like, oh yeah, that's the same guy. So he is a legend especially for hip hop producers.
So just thinking about his legacy, like you both were saying, and how much he's been sampled, and thinking about that kind of ruggedness and the emotionality of the kind of musicians that followed in his steps. Can you tell us what we're going to hear in your set, some of the artists who you chose to play? Maybe James, do you want to start?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, definitely starting it off with Syl Johnson in Different Strokes, and really just keeping it along those lines of the artists like him. You know what I mean? Like that gave us that raw sound and inspiration to create beats from what they created. Um, you know, we didn't necessarily get off into a lot of the sampled records. Well, the records that sampled them, we put in a few of them, but we kind of kept it more break heavy and kind of you know, just really giving honor and just, you know, props to the originators. And that's really what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear a lot of breaks, a lot of original rare grooves, and a lot of funk, man, a lot of soul, you know. Oh,
I'm muted.
there you
Sorry.
go.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. I had one last question. I was just kind of curious about how you approach the set, just because when we were setting up the tables at CAM a couple weeks ago, you had set up like one turntable system. It was yours, James, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't think that we really need the second one. So I was just kind of curious how much improvisation goes into the way that you two work together. Like, it was that improvisational to just be like, oh, we'll just use the same turntables and like that'll be fine, we don't need, or is that something you had talked about in advance?
No, we didn't talk about that in advance at all. A lot of our sets, shows, and all, you know, events, it's improvisational. Like, it's, you know, we rarely prepare a set. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. It you know, it makes for a really cool, you know, I guess, I don't know, consistent performance. But we're more of going off the feeling and kind of like, you know, hearing what, you know, your fellow DJ is playing and being inspired off of that, and then like, oh, I got something for that. You know what I'm saying? Let me find this and let me, you know, run that. And we're kind of just, you know, making it up as we go along, you know, off those feelings, you know. You know, and as we do it, like with anything, you know, we might think, you know, 2, 3, 4 steps down, you know, like what Rem played, I might have an idea of maybe 3 more records, like 3 records after that, not just one. So, you know, it's definitely, you know, off the top, for the, you know, for the most part. That's kind of how we rock.
Great. Okay, well, do you have anything else you want to share? Otherwise, I think we'll just get started and show everyone the set. And if anyone has questions during, you can just chat them in and we'll respond. Otherwise, we'll jump on at the end if there's any lingering questions. But I'm sure people are eager to hear
Right
what
on.
you put together. Yeah, okay, great.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, enjoy, everyone.
The Soulition, Soulition. Do I love you? Do I lust for you? Am I a sinner because I do the two? Can you let me know right now, please? Bonita Applebum.
Bonita Applebum, you gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, I said you gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, I said you gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, I said you gotta put me on. Bonita Applebum, you gotta put me on. Bonita, Bonita, Bonita.
The Soulition.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Iron shirt and chase Satan out of earth. I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase the devil out of earth. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send him to outer space to find another race. Satan is a evilous man, but him can't choke sit on I man. So when I check him, I lost in hand, and if him slip a gun with him hand, I'm gonna put on an iron shirt and chase and chase and chase and chase and chase and chase and
clean up woman to get my man's love. Oh yeah, just making it easy for the clean up woman to get my baby's love. Uh-huh.
Never gonna stop loving you. Never gonna stop. Never gonna stop loving you. Never gonna stop.
I think it's gonna work out fine this time. It sure feels good to know you're mine. Now we got it back like it used to be. I want you to always be a part of me. And no, I'm never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Oh, stop loving you. If you don't want me to, no,
DJs and MCs coming up next to one and only incredible Jam Man. Yo, back up from the road, beats to the rhyme I just made. Party at the jam till lights and nights fade. Two men for the culture, we all get paid, so let's go. Yo, D, that's me, the king, the MC. Rhyme get mine on a TOP. Can another MC ever fuck with me? Hell no. It's like the A, the B to the C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Each jam after day, I'm DMC. So it run to the beat, y'all.
Yeah. Sound good to me. This sound hard. Something funky people gon' dance to. Give the record a second and a chance to. Hitting people like a scene of amazement. While they slipping back, my feet just planted in the pavement. Crumble like I never do. So now I'm looking dead at you. What are you gonna do? You listen to the knowledge of a scholar. You say how I breathe, tell them how I holler. I'm the E-double, and I proclaim my name. Straight up, good gang, peeps all game. I'm like a rhino, running through the roughest pack. They figure I'm a trigger happy, so they step back, breathe. The microphone is who lasts the longest, so who's the strongest. It ain't a game, it's plain to see. You listen to the sounds of breathe. There ain't a future in your front.
just the same way it came out. Do we get paid for this?
Yes.
I want to know.
Yes, of course.
We do? Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right.
You're welcome.
Funky down, nasty, funky, 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 funky down. Nasty.
Hey, listen to the man.
Godfather,
Payback.
cold-blooded.
People, gotta get over before we go under. Down, Lord. People, we gotta get over before we go under. Hey, country, didn't say what you meant. It just changed. Brand new funky president. Stock market going up, jobs going down. It ain't no funky job to be found. Taxes keep going up. Change my glass. Now I drink from a paper cup, getting bad. People, we gotta get over before we go under. Listen to me. Let's get together and raise. Let's get together, get some land. Raise our food like the man. Save our money like the mob. Put up the factory on the job.
Love traps, setbacks, all can come pick up on the back and stride. Love and devotion, don't confide in the traps of lost emotion. Let it ride. It's going to subside. She stole my heart, but it's just a bit. Love traps, setbacks, all can come. Love traps, setbacks, all can come. Love traps, setbacks. Love traps, setbacks, love traps, setbacks, all can come pick up on the back and stride. Love and devotion, don't confide in the traps of lost emotion. Let it ride. It's going to subside. She stole my heart, but it's just a misdemeanor. You got to get over it. Loved her from the start. What you
Find myself awaiting.
The Soulition.
Funky down. Nasty.
Hey, listen to the man.
Well, Godfather.
Payback.
Cold-blooded.
People, gotta get over.
Funky down. Funky down. Nasty.
Hey, listen to the man.
Well, Godfather.
Payback.
Cold-blooded.
People, gotta get over before we go under.
You'd better think you'd better think
You got to chill.
Relax your mind, let your conscience be free and get down to the sounds of your PMD. But you should keep quiet while the MC rap. But if you tired, then go take a nap. Or stay awake and watch the show I take. Because right now, I'm about to shake and bake. The E-I-C-K is my name I spell. Thanks to the clientele, yo, I rock well. I'm not an MC who talking all that junk about who can beat who. Sound like a punk. I just get down and I go for mine. Say check 1, 2, and run down the line.
To the average MC, I'm known as the Terminator, funky beat maker, new jack exterminator, destroying a ploy when your rhymes are not void, never sweating your girl, YP, she's a schizoid. When I'm on the scene, I always rock the spot. I grab the steel with the crown on top. In the beginning, I like to let my rhymes flow, and at 12, I press cruise control. Sit back and relax, let my rhymes tax, maintain them C's while the doubly max. Always calm under pressure, no need to act ill. Listen when I tell you, boy, you got to chill. You got to chill.
The Soulition.
D Square, he's down with us. Keyboard Money Mike is down with us. ICU, you know he's down with us. D Nice and Mick Boot are down with us. Miss Melody, she's down with us. Just Ice and DMX are down with us. My manager Mo, he's down with us. Castle D, boy, he's down with us. DJ Red Alert, he's down with us. RoboCop, boy, he's down with us. Making funky music is a must. I'm number 1.
Soulition.
You got it. You got it. You got it. I know you got soul. Hey, hey, hey,
Hello, everyone. I really wanted to thank both James and Reminise for taking the time to put together that beautiful set for us. I think we really needed to hear that right now. And I think it really beautifully reflected a lot of what Liz is interested in as well. So thank you very much. And if there are no further questions, I think from our guests, our participants here, I think I will just say that I hope that you come to CAM before August 23rd. Our show closes then, and then we reinstall new exhibitions. So please stop by, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Again, thank you so much, James and Reminise and everyone for being here.
Our pleasure.
Have a great weekend. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care.